Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Town Show. In this episode, we are going to follow Elizabeth, or we'll join Emily. Now, guys, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to follow Elizabeth, and we'll see what happens, okay? But Emily is waiting for me. Actually, change my mind, don't join Emily. Leave a like, guys, and tell me what you thought of this episode. Let's go. Emily.
Excuse me, Elizabeth, but some very urgent business has cropped up. We can speak tomorrow.
No, Louis, don't leave me alone. They've come back.
Who?
Good night, madam.
Oh wait, now I want to know. No! Now I want to know. Who's turned back? My mother?
Well, Louis, you took your sweet time. What did our poor Elizabeth want?
Wow, what are you doing in my bed? What are you doing in my bed? Not
The truth is, I really don't have the slightest idea. But I thought all of that could wait until tomorrow.
That young girl seems very...
Emily? Have I misunderstood something here? What are you doing in my room?
What are you doing in my
And
bed?
for a while now, the question has been nagging at me.
And that explains why I now find you here in my bed. Go ahead. Ask me the question that's been burning at your lips.
I know your mother was here to meet someone, but I can't figure out who.
Oh, so that's what's been hiding behind all this.
We are both members of the Order, Louis. Let's try to be honest with each other. I have followed with great interest your affair in Paris, in connection with Mr. von Borchardt.
That's the guy that
You
kidnapped
managed
us,
to
right?
steal something from him, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you talking about the Book of All Mysteries? Al-Azif?
That's right, Louis. A valuable bit of plunder, isn't it?
Yeah. When we finally found it, we took it.
And where is the book right now?
Amazingly, it's right here. Mother took it with her when she came.
This is quite fascinating. But just what did Sarah expect to accomplish here?
It's fairly obvious that you're still trying to extract information from me, Emily.
Not at all, my friend. You obviously have a dark view of humanity. One can't chat about anything without you seeing some evil plot.
Whoops.
Whoa, don't get your panties all in a bunch. Okay, fine. My mother thought she might find the buyer of Von Burchart's book here. I think she thought he'd be one of the people here on the island right now.
Ah, I see. Right. Enough chatting. Come and join me instead.
Oh. Let's do it. Oh my god, that's already do it. Is this already awkward? This is already awkward, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no, maybe not. It's not as awkward as the heavy rain scene between Madison and Ethan, was it? Yeah. That was really awkward. I didn't know where to look. Oh god, it's not awkward again.
I have to go, Louis. I don't want anyone finding me here in the morning.
You're right. Well, have a good night.
Good night. See you tomorrow, rested and ready.
Sure thing.
Did you have a good night? Maybe not. Is it a 4 out of 10? 10? 7? 8? No. Alright. We'll find out, I suppose. Libertine. Is that not a pub? I thought that was a pub. Louis, you're fucking weird. Yes. Okay, who's at my door? Yes? Hello? Mortimer.
Lord Mortimer?
Monsieur
Yeah.
de Richet, at last we meet.
Okay, what do you want? I don't trust you. I was talking to Madame Medusa. Okay. Nice. Is that... Oh, we're done with episode 1. Alright, so sip and just move straight on to episode 2. Are you ready, guys? Episode 2. Where's my mother? So, Lord Mortimer, what you hiding, you grey-headed dit? Oh, you put on quite a show, really entertaining.
How many times
Whoa.
must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
The
All I can tell
DFG.
you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
No.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French
Peroux.
Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
I do apologize for being late. I was obliged to clear up some urgent business.
Alright, that's just sleepy, actually, then. Okay, I'm a little creeped out. I love the music. Do, 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 do.
At last,
Hide
we
and seek.
meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
No.
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. However, there may be some new developments, but I don't know if they are linked to your mother. We have found
Whoa,
Elizabeth Adams'
what?
body in her room. I'm afraid she
Really?
was brutally murdered, stabbed several times.
No! Oh my god.
I can't believe it. We bumped into each other last night on our way to bed.
Yes, I know. Duchess Hillsborough informed us that she accompanied you at the beginning of the evening. You apparently bumped into Miss Adams, who wanted to speak to you. We are told you turned her away, and she went away on her own.
Yeah.
That's correct.
That's what happened.
Do you
yeah.
know what she wanted to see you about, by any chance?
I don't know. She seemed improved.
She seemed upset about something. I thought she was under the influence of alcohol, but we didn't really speak.
Pity. The poor child was probably trying to find help.
I
Oh,
thought
now I
it could wait
feel
until
bad.
tomorrow.
Apparently not.
Right, stop making me feel doubty, arsehole.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation.
What do you
I
mean?
cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed.
I understand. What do you intend to do?
I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you.
I wouldn't
Listen.
say that.
Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Any suspects?
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects.
Right.
Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Fine.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Alright, that's good. Investigate Adams' death. Wow, it sounds like me. I don't like that. That sounds like as if I died. Piaggi, hello.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier,
Oh.
Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Alright, I'll talk to him. Anything
But
else?
if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru.
Peru.
You remember how violently he set
Yes,
upon
that's
Miss
right.
Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Right, thanks, Your Eminence. What's down here? Alright, that's... Oh, it's Mortimer and that. Alright, makes sense. I can hear a parrot. Is it in my head or can I? It might just be in my head. I don't think it's the Duchess, so she's spent the night with me. I think it's maybe either Peru or
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to
maybe
when you're still
Washington, but I
like
doubt
that
it.
imperfect
He's
ground?
too sweet for that.
The worm before it's attained its final form.
This music's so good.
Sir Jacques Peru?
Let's go here then. Firstly, I'm just trying to take the rooms as they go up. You know? I'm so happy today. Hello. Asshole, don't even try it.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
To talk.
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
Alright.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
Goodbye, sir. We shall meet again.
Probably.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Okay. I don't know if we shall meet again. At this point in time, I am a prisoner, snared by my own decisions. You must be protected. My future is best without you. You can still be saved. No matter how much bitterness you hold against me, you must know that I made a pact with the devil who I thought I could master. I thought I knew the monsters, but what I did for France is nothing compared to what they are capable of doing. Now I can't see any way out. The jaws are closing upon me. I love you now and forever. Hey. Alright, I can't open that either.
The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad.
Oh, your room is bad with the pictures on the wall.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible. I await your arrival. Lord William Mortimer.
Alright.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Nice. And there's a letter.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister Marie-Hélène. All right. I've retrieved everything. Dear Monsieur... All right.
Sorry.
I've retrieved everything. Nice decor for a revolutionary tribunal judge's room.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting.
Alright, alright. I get that. You're hiding something though, and I will find out what. I promise. So, he's not really got anything.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, this guy I want to talk to. Because the Eminence guy found him outside a room. So I want to see what he has to say for himself. Oh, he isn't in here. For some reason I thought they'd all be in the rooms.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Right, confection.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
So that's his mom. Oh, hi. Oh, I did not see you, and you said to shout out at me.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot.
You just told
I
the
wanted
Cardinal.
to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Right, I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him.
Were you able to recognize the Prowler?
Unfortunately not, no. It was dark, and Lord Mortimer was waiting for me. I was not really paying attention anyway.
But if I remember rightly, the night of her arrival was also the night of my arrival. So the person he saw leaving Elizabeth's room was Washington.
Ah.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
For some reason I don't think it's Washington either though.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Nice. Politics he's into.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Well, it's Bonaparte. Ugh.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
Okay. I have a lot of gold and elixir.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
A fragment of amber.
A fragment of amber. I love how you said that. Right, Bonaparte, I don't think it's him either. Washington is acting suspicious now though.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Yeah, let's talk to Emily. I don't. It's definitely not her, so she's spent the night with us, but I don't think it's her. But don't rule anybody out. Right then, Emily, where are you? Right, it's your boyfriend, Emily.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. T.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
So it says Dear E. Is it maybe Emma or something? Her name? Because Emily's the other E.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. A Byzance.
I can't
2
open
coils
this.
circle the lock.
Yeah, I can't open that yet.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now.
Wow.
Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months. From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely, William Pitt, Count of Chatham.
Alright. That's it.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
Hi, Emily. I'll talk to you in a minute. No, Emily. I want to talk to.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm nobody's
I'm doing it for
slip.
Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Yeah,
I won't
believe
keep
her.
you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
What's my rating out of 10, by the way? For last night, when we got hot between the sheets. Right, that's Emily.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Oh, okay, I've not met him yet. Godoy.
Huh, that's me.
Okay, I don't I done it, so.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Well, he's not in, because I've been in his room. Washington.
President George Washington.
Okay, he's in his room, so I just need to be careful.
Portrait of George Washington.
Damn it.
Great. Honey.
Honey.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Yeah.
The English and the Americans are preparing a peace treaty. It would appear that Emily is in secret discussion with Washington about reopening trade between the United States and England. If such an arrangement came into being, France would suffer
So
dearly.
maybe Bonaparte got
My dear George,
suspicious.
I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
Right, let's talk to him.
Greetings, Lee.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly. Emily stopped by in the middle of the night, you can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything whatsoever to do with Elizabeth?
Not at all, Louis. A business matter.
Do you know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry, but that case was closed, if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened. And I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry. Countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently. I'm not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed. Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache.
Oh.
What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
Feel free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay. I'm going to check one more room and then I need to finish up till I had got things on today. And it's only a 20 episode, but so. Okay, there's Von Bitch, no, Wodna or something.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No.
Why are you stuttering?
Nothing special.
I don't believe you.
Has anyone told you that Elizabeth was killed last night?
Yeah.
Well, why are you standing right outside
Rumors
the room?
spread quickly.
Huh. He looks very put out.
It's horrible. How did it happen?
I can say nothing to you, sir. You'd better follow your host's instructions and stay in your quarters.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Don't trust him. Well, let's search her room. Well, they've not even put a body away. That wouldn't happen. They'd have to cover it at least up or something. They've not even put a body away yet. Are you serious? She was very into the Illuminati by the looks of her.
I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture.
Is that what
She also has old scars around the neck. Maybe mutilations.
what has Estelle went through?
What a strange smell. Laudanum. Certain courtiers use it to get drunk. If taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness. She bled from the nose. There's signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
Was she a tutter?
Scarring, ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts. She had the Sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her, the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control.
Yeah, my sister went through that.
I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death. No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. This pinnacle's a trap. The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle.
That's just getting weirder and weirder.
No marks or bruising around the wrists. It doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force. Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated, possibly held by someone or something. More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Have I checked that thing? Yeah. Right, so she died horribly. Let's put it that way.
Vials of laudanum. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America.
Washington?
I wonder if Washington's involved.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
It's a knife.
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh. The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
A woman? Was that a woman? Well, that leaves Emily.
The blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
So I don't get it. There's small hands, but very powerful. Oh, don't do that. Don't just stand there like that. Jesus.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you'll be able to put all of this behind you one day.
Okay.
Has finished with this room?
Do you know who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished with this room?
No, I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
Fine.
The clock stopped at 3:54.
That's when she
If it
died.
was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime. That would clear Emily de facto because she was still with me at the time.
I didn't think it was Emily anyway.
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out. August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain.
I've read that.
June 11th.
And that. I've read them. That's it. That's Bonaparte's done. The one that was missing.
A pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
Bonaparte.
It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently.
Okay, so it's not the murder weapon.
There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. Right. I shall have to find its owner.
It's Bonaparte, I bet.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Elizabeth?
The color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
Did my mom tell her?
A pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? Contrary to what most people believe, a pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil. Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual? I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange. Knocked over bottle of wine. What kind of plonk is that? Hey, it's a Bordeaux. That's a Chateau de Briand. It's a great wine. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
Poisoned? Ah, is it poisoned? Is that why she wanted me?
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Nice.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible. Feet and hands are bound. A piece of cloth in the mouth prevents the tongue from being sectioned. It looks like preparation for an exorcism. Is Elizabeth really possessed?
Well, she acted possessed.
Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Okay. Right, so guys, I'm going to finish here and we'll continue in the next episode. See you there, and we'll find out more about Elizabeth's death in the next episode. I have a few more people to question, like Washington again, Napoleon. So I'll see you there. Bye guys.